Hello and welcome to Financial Express. Today we have with us the Executive Board Director at Vitesco Technologies, Mr. Klaus, and Anurag Garg, Country Head and MD for Vitesco Technologies India. Welcome to the show, sir. Uh, First of all, congratulations. I see a fantastic display of your capabilities with the new electric powertrain that you have developed. Coming to electrification, how real is the growth story in India's EV journey? We see a lot of EV companies coming every other day, and even IC vehicle traditional manufacturers have entered the EV space. So, do you see two-wheelers in India now finally, going completely towards the electrification side?
If you really see, when the BS6 came in 2020, and immediately after that, it was announced that by 2025, all vehicles below 150cc will be electrified, and that was not really went very well. And then the pandemic happened, and during the pandemic period, of course, that announcement was taken back. But at least the OEMs already started working on, and a lot of new startup started entering in the market. And if you see in the last 5 years, along with the pandemic, if you see the last 2022, we have already achieved about 4 or 5% of the two-wheeler electrified. So basically the journey has really started, and which is really going in a direction where it will really transform electrification in the two-wheeler industry in the coming years.
And since Klaus, you look after the global market as well.
Yeah.
So how real is the electrification journey over there also? Because in Europe we are talking about Euro 7. In India we are talking about BS7. So from an OEM perspective and also as a tier 1 supplier of powertrains, where do you really put your money?
Yeah. No, you know that we had our going public about 2 years ago. And when we set our strategic direction, which was 4 years ago, we decided that we want to be the market leader in the electrification solutions. And we set our course at that time. And when we looked at the global forecast for battery electric, for electrification, from what we saw at that time, 2019, 4 years ago, and when we now look how the forecast developed over the past years, we always had to increase the forecast with regard to electrification there. So naturally, depending on the individual markets, when you look at Europe, when you look at China, which are early adopters of electrification, when you look at North America, where there's a lot of strong push for electrification, Asia as well starting to go electric, we always have seen the initial takeoff was driven by legislation and incentives, but more and more we see as well a strong consumer pull for electric vehicles. If you ever drove a battery electric vehicle and you see the torque, the performance of the vehicle, consumers actually like it. And of course, once you have more choices on electrified solutions, we see the prices are going down on the electrified solutions. We see, of course, on the other side, with tougher emission legislations, there is some additional technology that is needed on the combustion engine, so they're getting more and more equal. And once the infrastructure is being developed in order to allow, of course, the charging solutions, then we see more and more consumers, they are actively going for the battery electric vehicles. And this is why we always, year over year, had to actually upgrade our expectations on battery electric. So we see that it's a clear trend, and we see it accelerating.
To the India market, it's an open question for both of you. How important is India's role in Vitesco's global roadmap? Secondly, with a lot of push given by the Indian government as well as the global geopolitical situation, India is positioning itself as a China plus one, as a manufacturing hub. We already are one of the leading R&D hubs for most of the German companies. What role does India play, and what are your expectations from Anurag and his team?
Yeah. So already today, for us, India is very important for two reasons. On the one side, as you mentioned, it's a very important R&D facility for us, both for the local market, but as well for our global activities. And actually, our engineering facility in Bangalore plays a major role in our electrification projects for our global customer base. And so we already developed deep knowledge on electrification technologies while supporting our customers as well to meet future emission legislations for combustion-driven vehicles, which will still play a major role in quite a few markets for the coming years. And we will continue to support our customers as well for those technologies. On the other side, we see as well India as a very important market for the future with regards to the local, as a local market. And we always believed in local for local. That means having a strong local capabilities on the engineering side, having local manufacturing capabilities. And this is why we built this beautiful plant here in Pune with capabilities on electronics, mechatronics and mechanics production, and building a strong local supply base as well to support the local market. Now with the geopolitical tensions, what we've seen, and with the supply interruptions that we and our customers have experienced during the COVID crisis, we see these independent supply chains in the different regions as a key success factor to move forward. And this is why we continue to invest in India as well for the Indian market. For the time being, of course, as well supporting our customers to meet more stringent emission legislations with upcoming Bharat Stage 7. We believe that we are well positioned based on our technologies that we are currently developing for Euro 7 with our European customer base. And typically, because Bharat Stage 7 is based on Euro 7 legislation, we will be able to support as well our Indian customers with those technologies. But we want to make sure as well that we bring our electrification technologies both for passenger cars and by using these capabilities for two-wheelers as well into India. And of course, for two-wheelers, India is a very important global market for us.
And since he spoke about expectations from India, what has been your focus and what are the trends that you have seen talking to your customers in India?
See, I mean, once we started this plant over here, the idea was that we have the good competence in the at a local level, which so that we can really adopt all the technology what is really coming in, and then that is what we are really preparing ourselves. And then in the last 2 years, we have really done various localization over here, and then which I can really say proudly that our OEMs are very happy with those localizations, because earlier they were mostly dependent on the import version of those products, and we have been really able to give them the satisfaction of supplying the products locally from our plant here.
Correct. And since coming to the Indian market, there are many startups who are designing their own motors, their more controllers. There's a lot of investment going over there, even globally also. So do you see this is a new trend that is coming, that that tier ones are not now being roped in as a technology supplier, but more of as a contract manufacturer, or this is just a temporary phenomenon until the mass volumes come?
To a certain extent, it's typically in the beginning, a starting phase where we see a lot of the OEMs want to build their knowledge on the technologies as well, and they develop first solutions. But what we see as a trend and what we expect, that a global supply base like Vitesco Technologies as a strong global tier one has a benefit with regards to economy of scale, and with scalable platforms that we can reuse across different customers. This is a cost benefit at the end of the day for our customers as well.
Okay.
So we expect there will be more value add coming from the supply base than what will be driven by the OEMs. Also, there's areas like the motor axle drives where some of the OEMs go for insourcing, while with our strong capabilities on electronics and mechatronics integration, we believe these are areas where we will have a higher value add share.
And coming to India again, India trends, electrification in two-wheeler space has been driven by the scooter segment. When do you see electric motorcycles becoming a new norm?
I mean, as of now, I think the overall discussion which has really driven is mostly from the scooter side, because this is one area, I mean, mostly accepted, and then if you really see the market projections, what we are talking about, even until 2030, we are talking about at a best case scenario where about 50%. And if you see the scooter contribution in the total market size of the two-wheeler would be about 40-60%, right? So practically, I mean, maybe in the outer years we can really start seeing some kind of attraction towards motorcycle, but as of now it is the more focus towards two-wheeler scooter as a vehicle.
And since we are talking of, we have both of you today over here. What are the new products that you want to introduce that you want to bring from your global portfolio to India? And secondly, what are the Indian products that have been, if you have some anecdote that you can share, some interesting development that has happened in India for the global market?
Let me start what we bring to India. Naturally, we consider ourselves as a leader in electrification solutions. So we want to bring to India our knowledge, what we have gained over the last 15 years. We have been a pioneer in electrification solutions for passenger car applications primarily, where we started as well early on as one of the first suppliers for 48-volt mild hybrid solutions. So this technology we see that we can bring into India as well for e-scooter applications, and this is what we want to showcase here today as well by using our leading edge 48-volt technologies, combining it on the control side with our software and electronics capabilities, both with regards to motor controls, bringing in our expertise on battery management systems and vehicle controls as well. And with that, providing a highly integrated, a very cost-efficient solution adapted to two-wheeler application.
Okay. And what about the vice versa? India specific development for the global market. Any interesting anecdote that you can share?
I mean, see, as you know, we are a global company and we already have right now the facilities available. So as of now, what we are really trying to explore the possibilities, because we have the FTAs with all the ASEAN countries. So if we really can do something in those areas, we are really trying. But as of now, going something from here, I mean, we are still in the early stage.
Okay. And
but to add there as well, as I said, our engineering facility in Bangalore is part of our global engineering activities. And a majority of their contributions and work is not only for Indian applications, but contributing to our global platforms. So you will see as well in our global solutions, a lot of India content as well, driving our engineering expertise in Bangalore.
Okay. And just to play a bit of a devil's advocate, with the leading 2 or 3 big IC players already showcasing their or launching their electric scooter products, and also few startups making a good volume over there. Do you think is it too late for you to join the electrification party in India?
I will not say that, because as still we are in transition, and if you really see the most of the OEMs, those who have really started or those who have really entered in the market, there is still nothing which is really being done locally. And what we are talking about, we already have the now product ready for the Indian market, and then we really are ready with our plant. So I think this is really going to support us.
Correct.
And I strongly believe, based on the expertise what we have, bringing technology that we already have showcased and have demonstrated in other markets, using these capabilities while having the knowledge to integrate, to have a higher integration with vehicle functions, with motor controls, with battery functions. We bring unique capabilities into our integrated solutions. Okay. And this will allow us as well to still enter the market, which still is very dynamic.
Okay. And coming to investments in India, last year you made more than 200 crores towards this new plant. In the next 3 to 5 years, what are the investment pipeline or investment plans for India? And right now, what is the split between, what is the contribution of India business to your global business?
We will continue to invest and fill the existing plant, no doubt. And we built the plant in a way that we can further extend it. The main focus for us right now is to support the India customer base, to support the India market. What we can do beyond, we watch it and to be seen. And what we clearly see is that there will be continuous investments, additional lines driven by current ramp-ups of technologies, both on the ICE side, supporting more advanced solutions for advanced after-treatment, supporting Bharat Stage 6, preparing for Bharat Stage 7. There's still a lot of investments needed in order to make sure that we are supporting our customers, providing clean powertrain solutions, and then, of course, starting investments as well on the electrification side.
Right. And coming to commercial vehicles, do you have any plans to enter the commercial vehicle space, maybe say the 3-wheeler or the small commercial vehicle space in India?
I mean, let me put it this way. Again, the commercial vehicle, we are again present in the ICE market,
Okay.
and then we are serving all these customers quite well and very strongly. And as far as this the small three-wheelers or the goods carrier are concerned, I mean, which is an extension of the two-wheeler again.
Okay.
So definitely that would be another opportunity which we would like to explore in time to come, and then we are really getting ready for that.
Okay. Last two questions. One is your top three expectations from the India market and the challenges that you foresee. And secondly, what is the target that you have set for your India team, in terms of contribution and also development. And for you, sir, I would like to understand by when do you see your capacity utilization reaching at peak, and when do you see extension, as he mentioned that there will be more investments coming in. By when do you forecast or expect that to happen?
Yeah. Well, one clear target for us, as we have built a strong business here for two-wheelers on the ICE on the combustion side, supporting our customer base in India, we expect that the India market will be the lead market with regard to electrified two-wheelers, specifically in the scooter phase. So clear target is to become a major player and a leader in the electrified solutions as well for two-wheelers. Another key target for us is to continue our success story, bringing advanced technologies for powering clean mobility for ICE technologies with advanced after-treatment solutions, as we have demonstrated, supporting our customer base in India to be prepared for Bharat Stage 7 applications and to continue to grow the business.
Okay.
And for me, I mean, see, it's a continuous process. So we brought in the certain products related to the BS6, which is really now reaching to a certain level, and the further expansion would be needing. And then BS7 is coming in. So we will be really getting ready for those. So I will say it's a kind of continuous process where we will continue keep expanding our capacities as per the need of the market.
And at the end to add, using our global capabilities and our innovative technologies to provide local solutions to our India customers.
And just for since we are talking about electrification, BS6, BS7, we have seen a lot of diesel vehicles being discontinued in the passenger vehicle space. Do you see this is the start of the end of diesel cars and diesel SUVs?
There is a trend, of course, on the diesel shares going down on the passenger car side. But when you look at the details, there's a difference between the smaller vehicle classes, where, of course, diesels are being replaced by gasoline and a hybrid and more battery electric solutions. But what we see as well, like light commercial vehicles, larger vehicle classes like SUVs, for example. When you have a long distance drive capability need, when you have a pull need as well, there is still a good case for diesel vehicles for the time being until new technologies are available. So we see certain vehicle classes that the diesel will continue.
Thank you for joining and sharing your thoughts. It was indeed lovely hearing your thoughts, especially about the role of diesel in future, electrification, India journey, and the two-wheeler segment. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Thank you.